I've been placed in high stress situations with each of my pregnancies, but the one that stood out the most for me was my second pregnancy. Our experience was so horrible and traumatic that we ended up with a second cesarean. Once the baby was here, they'd take the baby to the NICU, but no one would communicate with me. I didn't find out till later on that baby and I had a fever. We had situations with nurses. They had us pegged, like they gave us this feeling like we were bad parents. I go into all my pregnancies worried, like, am I gonna see my baby alive in the flesh?
It is very much safer for white women to birth in this country than Black women. And that's represented by maternal mortality statistics that are often 2, 3, or 4 times higher than that of white women and white birthing people. Racism is harming our community and harming our ability to have safe and healthy pregnancies and births. In the Bay Area, we have decided to create Deliver Birth Justice as a way to bring the Perinatal Equity Initiative to our 5 counties. And this campaign is really an effort to help people understand what Black pregnant people are facing on a day-to-day basis so that we can move into a space of recognizing that dismantling racism is the only solution.
It's so important for us to have advocates and for us to know that we deserve to have a healthy birth and our babies are going to be well taken care of and that we're not overlooked.
Being diagnosed with Graves' disease, I went out of work on disability. My doctor looked at me as like some poor little Black girl that just was trying to work the system.
I'm a healthy woman, fully capable of carrying out a normal pregnancy. I had to have an emergency C-section. I wear a 5-inch scar on my body, and I can't fully explain why.
I got home from the hospital, my leg swelled up. That night, my sister quickly took me to the hospital. I was there for a week and a half to basically be treated for the post-preeclampsia that I went through. I feel like because of the whole experience from the very beginning, of me being induced and all of that whole experience didn't have to happen.
A lot of times, we want to attribute some of these differences that we see in birth outcomes to different kinds of choices that Black mothers might be making or different kinds of unhealthy health behaviors that Black moms might be engaging in. But science shows us this is very much due to structural racism and the kind of racism that moms face when they go to the physician, seek out help from social service providers, when they're interacting with other institutions like our educational systems and criminal justice systems. These racist interactions that are happening, all of this leads to a cumulative amount of stress that moms face, not just during pregnancy, but leading up to their pregnancy. And this cumulative stress is making it very difficult for Black birthing people to have healthy pregnancies.
I think we've witnessed so much trauma of what it feels like when Black lives aren't valued. Hopefully people will start to understand that valuing Black lives starts at the beginning.
There has to be more accountability behind this. Anti-racist trainings and more Black doctors. I feel like systemic racism just really needs to be addressed. We gotta listen to Black moms.
And so what I really hope through this campaign is that we inspire providers to really understand the ways in which perhaps their racialized socialization and their implicit bias and maybe even their explicit bias is really deeply impacting the lives of the Black community. I also hope that this helps policymakers understand that they have a role to play in this, that policymakers can absolutely change the trajectory of a Black mother or a Black baby's life. And they can do that by creating policies that dismantle structural racism.
Black mothers need better housing and better jobs.
We are absolutely amazing. We are warriors. We are strong. Without us, the world does not go round. So Black mamas are queen. We are it. We are everything.
Every single time we dismantle structural racism, we're saving a Black mother's life. We're saving Black babies' lives, and our lives matter. So this work is something that we all need to take on right away.
I just encourage everyone to learn more about the Deliver Birth Justice campaign. See us, hear us, know our stories, and help uplift us.